When a community is composed of honest, sober, and virtuous people, you're forming a bad opinion about any one of its members when nothing wicked has been seen of him is a great injustice to him. On the contrary, in a corrupt society, to form good opinion of any one of them and to trust him is to harm yourself. When somebody asked Imam Ali as to how he was getting on, he replied, "What do you want to know about a person whose life is leading him towards ultimate death, whose health is the first stage towards illness, and whom society has forced out of his retreat? There are many persons whom constant grants of his bounties turn them wicked and fit for his punishment, and there are many more who have become vain and self-deceptive because the merciful Allah has not exposed their weaknesses and vices to the world, and the people speak highly about them. All this is an opportunity. No trial of the Lord is more severe than the time He allows, in which either you may repent or get deeper into vices. To lose or to waste an opportunity will result in grief and sorrow. She world is like a serpent, so soft to touch, but so full of lethal poison. Unwise people are allured by it and drawn towards it, and wise men avoid and keep away from its poisonous effects. What a difference is there between a deed whose pleasure passes away, leaving behind it the pangs of pain and punishment, and the deed whose oppressive harshness comes to an end, leaving behind divine rewards. Blessings are for the man who humbles himself before Allah, whose sources of income are honest, whose intentions are always honorable, whose character is noble, whose habits are sober, who gives away in the cause and in the name of Allah the wealth which is lying surplus with him, who controls his tongue from vicious and useless talk, who abstains from oppression, who faithfully follows the traditions of the Holy Prophet, and who keeps himself away from innovation in religion. Whoever is not diligent in his work will suffer. Whoever has no share of Allah in his wealth and in his life, then there is no place for him in his realm. Be very cautious of cold in the beginning of winter, and welcome it at the close of the season, because cold season affects your bodies exactly as it affects the trees in the early season. Its severity makes them shriveled and shed their leaves, and at the end it helps them to revive. If you understand Allah's majesty, then you will not attach any importance to the creatures. An angel announces daily, birth of more human beings means so many more will die, collection of more wealth means much more will be destroyed. Erection of more buildings means so many more ruins will come. This world is not a permanent place, it is a passage, a road on which you are passing. There are two kinds of people here. One is the kind of those who have sold their souls for eternal damnation. The other is of those who have purchased their souls and freed them from damnation. A friend cannot be considered a friend unless he is tested on 3 occasions, in time of need, behind your back, and after your death. If you want to pray to Allah for better means of subsistence, then first give something in charity. When someone is sure of the returns, then he shows generosity. Aid from Allah is in proportion to the trouble. He who practices moderation and frugality will never be threatened with poverty. One of the conveniences in life is to have less children. Loving one another is half of wisdom. Grief is half of old age. Grant of patience from Allah is in proportion to the extent of calamity you are passing through. If you exhibit fretfulness, irritation, and despair in calamities, then your patience and your exertions are wasted. A man can be valued through his sayings. One who does not realize his own value is condemned to utter failure. Every kind of complex superiority or inferiority is harmful to man. Everyone has an end. It may be pleasant or sorrowful. Everyone who is born has to die, and once dead he is as good as having not come into existence. One who adopts patience will never be deprived of success, though it may take a long time to reach him. Accept promises of only those persons who can steadfastly adhere to their pledges. Admonish your brother comrade by good deeds and kind regards, and ward off his evil by favoring him. One who enters the places of evil. Repute has no right to complain against a man who speaks ill of him. One who acquires power cannot avoid favoritism. One who is willful and conceited will suffer losses and calamities, and one who seeks advice can secure advantages of many counsels. One who guards his secrets has complete control over his affairs.